Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Legendary V19 here, and we are back with a Borodino game. That will be a new ship that we have in the store for rent, of course, for 1000 doubloons for Wargaming giving us. Kind of pay for it, but testing a ship, making sure that everything is good. And who knows, maybe it can be the next campaign ship, maybe it can be the next steel ship. We will see, only time will tell, but yeah, this Borodino, that's gonna be our build here, and it's overall very good ship so far, you're gonna see in the game. And I really like the reload, AP damage, accuracy, everything is just settled. There is one thing that we're not gonna like, of course, that's gonna be the armor, and we'll get there very soon. And right here, as you saw that, it's a Russian battleship with unlimited damage control, which you don't really see that too often, and that's the radar. 11-7, 30 seconds, and we're gonna demonstrate why that radar is good. And it's not only for that moment right here, but you're gonna see it in the beginning of the game why that radar can be useful, as most of the time why radar is useful, and especially when it's 11.7, the typical Russian radar, long range, but the duration is kind of unique. 30 seconds, I did not really expect it to be for 30 seconds, especially for a battleship like that. And yeah, it's unique. Will it change? Maybe 30 seconds, it's a long, because you can get your reload down to 24 seconds if you want to, maybe 23, depends on your build. But so far so good. As you can see, the maneuverability is not the best, and yeah, 31 knots, not too bad. That's because I don't have the plus 10% AP damage, so I don't lose the speed. So far 27 games in the stream last night, and 67 overall, not too bad. It took me a while until I got used to the ship, and yeah, now you're gonna see why. Because as you can tell, it's probably a battle cruiser, and it's not exactly a battleship. And what we know about battle cruisers, that most of the time they come with a unique armor and not the typical, oh, I'm just gonna tank and stay alive. No, the surface of the bow is long enough, so you're gonna get a lot of damage, because most ships will overmatch on tier 7, 356 and above will overmatch your bow no matter what you do. So you're gonna have to rely on you being lucky enough to angle properly. That's gonna be our build. Left Galler finally being useful for a ship, and full dispersion build. As you can see, I tried many builds all around, but at the end of the day I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go with that one. It works for me, it might work for you. We will see, who knows. And now you're gonna see a demonstration of the accuracy that I'm talking about. And yeah, there you go. So, all around that ship, I would say that it does better when there is a lobby with more cruisers and less battleships. And that's the reason for the armor. And the accuracy with the guns, even though they are 406s, they perform like battlecruisers guns. It's a unique version of them, and it's not like a battleship. In a battleship, the way we just strike that cruiser, it's 1 in a million that can happen, but in this specific battlecruiser, let me say that again, we done it multiple times. And see, that one, every battleship in this lobby right here, Sinop can overmatch, Kinazino can overmatch, Rook can, I think, overmatch, Veneto, Massachusetts, all of them. But we are lucky enough that we're not gonna have to face all of them straight away at the same time, because that ship doesn't really love being focused. Yes, being focused is not nice. The one thing, as you can see, you can get confused by the two turrets on the back, and they are not main guns. I wish they were, but they're 180mm secondaries, and they are going to be your only secondaries. There is no more secondaries in the ship. What you see around the superstructure is just an AA guns, which they are so exposed that most of the games I end up losing, maybe all of them. At some point I had the symbol where it tells you that you have no more AA on your ship. So that must be because they are so exposed, and usually a ship will come mixed with secondaries, AA, and one is covering the other, so it takes longer for them to get destroyed. But this one, it has all the AA around the ship. They are so exposed, everybody's gonna spam you with HE, so you're gonna have games where you'll basically have no more AA, so the carrier will focus you. And yeah, you don't wanna get focused by carrier on that ship. I'm telling you that because I had, especially the first game, oof, it's the new ship syndrome. And you know what that means. Everybody's gonna focus you because they see, oh, new ship, I better take it down. So yeah, as you see though, the dispersion is the bread and butter on that ship so far. And if I'm not wrong, it has one of the best penetration of AP in the game, and hopefully that won't change. And that means you will get to your target very fast, but in areas where there is a big island you will struggle most of the time, because there are ships like most of the American ships that they can lob some islands, but for you they go so straight that they get fast to the target but they don't go too high. And yeah, here we're just scanning the area. Of course, you never wanna just abandon your flank no matter what. And the reason I'm allowed to push like that is, as you can see, I have two radars. So if there is a destroyer right here and I know about it, I'm just gonna use the radar and protect myself. And that's the nice thing about a battleship with radar, that you can be allowed to do things like that. So far though, as you can see, it's the thing that I was saying, where you get focused a lot by a lot of ships, so you don't like that. So we're gonna do what the ship is about. We have a radar, we're gonna use it. Personally, I was thinking that my destroyer will be able to shoot the enemy destroyer, because he's in a smoke. He's not gonna get spotted if he fires his guns, but he did not. I don't know why, don't ask me. It was 30 seconds radar and nothing happened. But don't be surprised, it happens a lot when you play solo. If you have div mates and you need a radar, you can always do that. One thing you need to remember, the ship is in a testing mode right now, or testing program, whatever. So everything we have right now as a result of secondaries, on the back, every single number of damage control being unlimited. We never know if they will change that, even though, trust me, that ship needs the damage control to be available, because you have to maintain your health. As you can see there, I can heal back 15,000. One square of the green one part that you see is 5,000 each. So I can heal 15,000. I believe you can heal around 20,000 damage back if it's HE damage. Sometimes if you get a citadel damage, you cannot just heal all of it, just a part of it. But the ship comes with a tiny of a super heal, if you want to talk about it. Like, it's not exactly super heal, but it's big enough. So I believe if you have certain builds like the Will to Rebuild, you can heal even more than that, because Will to Rebuild will allow you to heal a little bit more than usual. So yeah, I get confused sometimes with the ship, because when I look at the guns they kinda look small, and I keep forgetting that they are 406s. So as you can see, every time we just overmatch most of the ships, and it's, I don't know, I personally love that ship. I don't know how, in what form it will come in the game, but I do like it. And would I change something about it? Well, armor, it could be something I would like to be improved, but if that's the design of the ship, let it be. It has a hull of a Stalingrad, even though it's missing, of course, the bow and the stern, which Stalingrad can just, tank everything that's shooting at it. except Musashi and Yamato, but if you can angle well, you can still protect yourself. And right here, surprisingly, our destroyer managed to win a fight with the enemy destroyer without any support from myself. And we had some support on the back, but for me, I was able to just focus on the rook and finally take it down after spamming me with HE the entire game. There you go, destroyer took care of the enemy destroyer, our flank is won, and now we're just gonna move on. Gonna shoot the last salvo on the rook, and yeah, there we go. It's gone. So far we just hit 109,000 damage, and in my mind I'm like, okay, that's the average that I got most of the time every game I play with that ship. Will that ship be possible to hit above 200,000 in the first day that it's not released? It's just tested, and I guess me streaming for 10 hours this game and have over 20 games in that ship, it's enough data for Wargaming to get and understand what the ship is all about. If they don't have enough super testers, I guess we are the ones, but instead of getting paid, we pay them, because your 1,000 doubloons will be the 1,000 doubloon that a super tester would take as a reward, whatever. But yeah, I have a shot on the encourage now. And of course you overmatch, so we're gonna do a little bit of damage and let him be alive for a little bit longer. Anyway, so far so good. We're gonna focus on the Veneto next, because for some reason he could easily just bow take me and cause me a difficult time and make me lose more health, but instead he just wanted to go back to port and give us a high caliber. And I really want to thank you for that, Mr. Veneto. But I think I need to finish you, because looking at the game, like, okay, 131, there is a Veneto, give me another 10,000. There is almost, how do you call it? The full health anchorage with, I think it was full health, and he can give us another 40,000 or whatever it's left of it, 30, 40. And here I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna allow you to sit in your little smoke over there. I'm gonna take this time to capture the base and go slowly. And I was talking to my chat on the stream, and then I'm like, okay, you know what, guys, let's just pop this radar and say goodbye to that man right here. And yeah, I don't think he liked that. I don't think so. And that's what these guns are all about. That's what these guns are all about, and that's why you want the lobby with as many cruisers as possible, because the dispersion, even in the cruisers that they just kiting away, your shells will get to the target so quick that you won't even realize it. As long as you know how to aim, of course. So you can see on the map, we still have 2 battleships. Will it be enough to get over 200,000 damage? Only time will tell. And if we can tank as much damage as we can, I have no more heals, haven't used my secondaries yet. And yes, those secondaries will be useful in this game right here. There we go, we take a pop shot on the Gnazi now, manage to lob this above the island somehow, and get a little bit more damage. Well, you asking if I would get a Kraken because there's 2 more battleship. Well, surprisingly, I will not. It's the Gnazi now, the last one that will remain, and will be just enough for me not to get the kill. But here you can see the ship in a brawling mode and what it would be like, especially with a battleship that can overmatch you. And yeah, it's the bow, like I said, is just so long that you just rely on angling and also on the enemy team not understanding where to aim, like this Massachusetts right here. He probably wanted to aim a little bit in the middle, but the way we turn, we adjust the aim differently. So yeah, right here, just having a question, are you coming for the ram or are you just gonna have a drive-by? Because you have what I want, which is damage. Of course, I did not want damage overall, I was just testing the ship, but that was one game that I'm like, okay, we can make this ship hit over 200,000. And you see here an example how you can get overmatched by the long bow that you have. And here I did not pre-turn my guns on time, I was just hesitated and I'm like, okay, is he gonna run me or what is he doing? So somehow we managed to get away from the ram because, as you remember, the rudder is huge, the turning circle is over 1000 meters, so you can see how long it took us to turn our ship around. It's a long ship, so it will take a long time. It's again the hull from the Stalingrad, and if you know something about Stalingrad, it takes forever to turn. And yeah, that's gonna be our moment where we're salivating. I'm like, okay, finally I'll get a Kraken on that ship. And in the 3 or 4 games so far that I kept getting 4 kills and I never managed to get the Kraken and have a complete good game to post out there for you guys. But so far, what do you think of the ship? I really like it. Like I said, only downside is the armor, but I like it overall. Like the guns, very accurate, good damage. And tankiness, I'll give it 70. Then secondaries, of course, you have only 2. There's nothing left. It's only 2 secondaries. The 2 guns on the back are 180mm shooting only HE. And it's 5 kilometers. And if you can build on secondaries, I guess you can do it. You can have a mixture of your main guns and a mixture of a cruiser behind your ship, and if you want to do it, just do it. But here, Kanazi now, like I said in the beginning of the game, she can overmatch us. She's turning her guns now. I knew that this might kill her, it might not kill her, but then I'm like, okay, we didn't get the kill, and it's more likely that she's going to aim in the weak spot, and she did. Well, that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you had good games with our new ship for renting. Hopefully we'll see what's gonna be next campaign, next steel ship. Only time will tell. But thanks for joining in. Thank you for 700 subscribers. And yeah, I'll see you soon, guys. Take care and good luck with your games out there.